I think we did okay at Okayama. Another week, another set of races. This week we went to Japan and visited Okayama. We did all right. I'm more than all right. I'm really happy with how we did. The things that helped us out was I've run this track a lot. Like, it's one of the free tracks that comes with iRacing, so I have a fair amount of experience with it. One of the things that hurt us a little bit was it is an extremely hard track to pass at. We'll go into that a little later on here, and kind of what held us up in some of our races here. But to kick things off, our I rating went up from the 861 we had brought it down to, back up to like an 1167, which I'm fairly happy with. We'll see how well we can hold on to that. Our safety rating went from an A 2.59 back up to an A 3.51, so we're still doing a fairly decent job of holding on to our A safety rating. We got our times down this week from a 132.118 on our first race all the way down to a 129.983. I'm very happy with that. Towards the beginning of the week, I kind of called it, I guess. I said that, hey, I think we can get down by the end of the week to a 130. It's where we're doing 130s somewhat consistently, and hopefully get into the 129s. We did manage one lap in the 129s, just one, but hey, that's something. And we were, when we weren't in traffic, able to pull off those 130s with a little bit of regularity. As long as I wasn't too in my head, I think. So that was a pleasant outcome there. As far as how we did in the series that we participate in, the Fanatec GT3 Challenge Series, which is the fixed setups. This week we placed 122nd, which last week we placed 135th. Our average start was 6th. Our average finish was 8th. That puts us overall, we're at 25th place, which last week we were 21st with an average start of 8th and average finish of 9th. What's gonna start happening here as we get past week 8 is that people's lowest scoring weeks are gonna start falling off, including ours, where we had gained a lot of positions, I think because people had not participated in all the races. We're going to start seeing those fall away as their bye weeks come into play. We'll see if we can we're going to have to score better than we did on whatever our lowest weeks are going to have to be in the past for us to hold on to any hopes we may have of holding on to those positions. This goes for all the series, or both the main series that we participate in. We'll see if we can't do that. But we're towards the front of our Division 7, so I'm still pretty happy with that. The VRS GT3 Sprint Series, which is the open setup series with the 40-minute races. This week we placed 120th, where last week we placed 93rd, with an average start of 12th and average finish of 12th. I think the lower placement is that this one got a bit more participation, free track and all, versus a I think less popular track with Phillip Island, I'm sorry. Overall, that series we dropped to 30th place from 24th last week. Again, similar reasons I think as the Fanatec series. Average start of 13th and an average finish of 12th there. And then we did participate in the VRS GT3 Endurance Series, the 3-hour-long race with our friend Daniel Gray 10. We placed 17th in that. We placed 18th in the race, and we started out with in 44th or 45th. We started at the back of the pack. We didn't qualify, which I think we both agreed that next time for sure we should qualify when we do one of these. But that's a pretty decent chunk that we went up the field. The setup wasn't the greatest. We wore the tires down quite a bit. We're gonna take a look at that again if we decide to do another one of these. When we decide to do another one of these. As far as our place in that series goes, we're 17th in our division. And then overall we're for the week, and then overall we're 31st in our division. I'm not sure where Daniel sits in his division. He is a much higher division than we are as far as the rating, or as far as the rankings go. Like I said, I'm really happy with how we did as far as our time increase. It's like what, a little over 2 seconds that we got off our time. Again, that has to do, like, we do looking at race labs and its statistics that it carries on the tracks that we know, or on the tracks that I know. I don't know why I do this plural stuff, but on the tracks that I know, I seem to get like low average as far as the pace goes, and then on the tracks that I don't know, I end up with the high end of just a little bit off pace. So it's a little bit, we're gaining familiarity with the car, and also learning tracks that we don't know, which is gonna come into play in the next 3 weeks here. Next up is Monza, which I don't know quite as well, and then Circuit of the Americas, which I don't know at all, and then Spa of the three is the one that I know the best, but still not all that back of the hand-ish like I do on some of these tracks, like Lime Rock and Okayama here. I knew pretty well. Those are the ones not nearly as well, but you know, time will get us there. One of the big challenges as far as Okayama goes is I only really figured out how to pass people at the end of the start-finish straight. I had to have a good run on them and pretty much dive bomb them and make sure that they knew I wasn't giving up I was taking that position. I'm faster. I'm faster and I'm brave, so I'm coming through. Was about the only way I could figure out how to get past folks. And it is, like everybody I talk to, it is a hard track to pass at. Unfortunately, what can happen is you'll get behind a guy that's like a second slower than you, and there's no way. I'm not good at passing at the best of times, and there's just no way to get around them. I'm better than I was. Like I'm much better than I was when I started out. I would freak out if I got close to somebody when we first started. I don't know if you remember, if you've been with us for that long, but I'm much more comfortable being near folks. Maybe too comfortable sometimes, but some folks have hit their brakes at unexpected times, and that don't really know how to deal with that yet. But yeah, that was the big downfall. Not big. That was my Achilles heel here. But like I said, I think we did pretty well, all things considered, this week. So I'm super duper happy with that. So I guess my takeaway here and what I need to work on to get further success in this sport, game, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I need to work on figuring out how to pass people in other ways, like figuring out all the different passing zones and opportunities and how to take advantage of them safely. That's important to me. And then also just work on track knowledge, like multiple tracks, and having better knowledge of them. And that just comes with time. At some point we'll get it on more tracks, and you know, we'll be able to do better in more places. There's not a crazy number of tracks in iRacing, but yeah, that's part of it. Maybe early on I was trying to figure out how I can read this corner like this other corner on this other track and use that to my advantage. And I think I need to go back to trying to figure that out a little bit too. So we'll work on some of that. But as I said earlier, Monza's coming up next, and the first little hairpin chicane there is a killer from everything that I've heard. So we'll see how that goes. As always, folks, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman to follow along with us live. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you didn't like this video, and then that subscribe button helps out too. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.